In the quiet suburban neighborhood of Oak Ridge, Illinois, Ben and Sarah Whitaker were known as the perfect couple. High school sweethearts, they married young and built a beautiful life together. Ben was a financial advisor, steady and responsible. Sarah, once a promising artist, became a stay-at-home mother to their 2 children, Lily and Caleb. To friends and neighbors, they were the golden couple, always smiling at church, hosting summer barbecues, and cheering on their kids at soccer games. But behind closed doors, things weren't as perfect as they appeared. As the years passed, Ben became consumed with work. Promotions, new clients, late-night meetings, he was determined to provide his family with the life they deserved. Sarah, however, felt increasingly invisible. Her dreams of becoming an artist faded into memories, replaced by endless laundry, PTA meetings, and homework help. Ben noticed the change but didn't know how to fix it. Whenever he asked Sarah what was wrong, she would smile tightly and say, "I'm just tired." He assumed it was the strain of motherhood, unaware that something darker was brewing. In 2023, Sarah joined a local painting class to reclaim a piece of herself. There, she met Ethan Pierce, a charismatic 38-year-old instructor with salt and pepper hair and a talent for making women feel seen. Ethan was everything Ben wasn't: spontaneous, artistic, and emotionally available. Their flirtation began innocently. Late-night texts about art turned into confessions about loneliness. By autumn, they were meeting secretly at Ethan's studio. Sarah told herself it was harmless until it wasn't. Ben began noticing the changes: Sarah's sudden attention to her appearance, the whispered phone calls, the late nights at class. At first, he told himself he was imagining things. But one night, when Sarah came home after midnight smelling of cologne, his doubts solidified. He confronted her, but Sarah denied everything. "It's just art class, Ben. You're paranoid." Ben wanted to believe her. But deep down, he knew. On December 10, 2023, Ben did something he never thought he'd do: he followed Sarah. When she left that evening, he waited 10 minutes, then drove to Ethan's studio. Through the window, he saw his wife laughing, touching Ethan's arm, their faces inches apart. Ben's world shattered. That night, when Sarah returned home, Ben was waiting in the living room, a bottle of whiskey in hand. He confronted her calmly at first, but as Sarah's denials turned into confessions, the argument escalated. "We were just lonely," she pleaded. "I never meant to hurt you." Ben's anger boiled over. He packed a bag and left, spending the night at a motel. But the next morning, when he returned to talk, Sarah was gone. At first, Ben thought Sarah had gone to Ethan. But when she didn't return the next day, he grew worried. Calls to Sarah's phone went straight to voicemail. Her car was still in the driveway, and her purse and keys were on the counter. By evening, Ben called the police. The community rallied to search for Sarah. Flyers were posted, search parties combed nearby woods, and media vans lined the street. Ben appeared on local news, pleading for Sarah to come home. Detectives questioned Ethan, who admitted to the affair but claimed he hadn't seen Sarah since the night of the argument. Days turned into weeks. The town's sympathy for Ben slowly turned to suspicion. On January 3, 2024, a local hiker made a grim discovery: Sarah's body, buried in a shallow grave near the edge of the state park. She had been strangled. Detectives turned their focus to Ben. He maintained his innocence, but forensic evidence told another story. Fibers from Ben's car were found on Sarah's clothes, and a witness placed his car near the park the morning after her disappearance. Ben was arrested and charged with second-degree murder. His trial captivated the nation. The prosecution painted him as a jealous husband, driven to rage by betrayal. The defense argued that Ben was heartbroken but innocent, and that Ethan had more motive than anyone. The most damning evidence came from Ben's own phone. GPS records placed him near the park around 6 a.m. the morning after Sarah vanished. The jury deliberated for 4 days before delivering a verdict: guilty. Ben was sentenced to 25 years in prison. The Whitaker children went to live with Sarah's sister. Ethan left town, his reputation destroyed. The home that had once been filled with laughter was sold and left empty. In prison, Ben struggled to reconcile his love for Sarah with the rage that had destroyed his life. He often told reporters he had no memory of killing her, only of confronting her and walking away. Whether that was true or denial, no one could say. The tragedy of Sarah and Ben Whitaker became a cautionary tale in Oak Ridge, a reminder that beneath picture-perfect marriages, secrets can simmer until they explode. Friends still wonder, could this have been prevented? What if Sarah had been honest sooner? What if Ben had confronted his feelings before it was too late? And what if Ethan had stepped away? In the end, 3 lives were destroyed by